Hey everybody, I'm Ray Reilly. I've been a member of the Academy since July. At the time I joined, I was living alone in a trailer, and I burned through my savings. Those days, I didn't get out of bed unless I absolutely had to. In mental health lingo, I was considered a high user, meaning I had attempted suicide many times and got regular visits to the emergency medical services or EMS to check on me. Before I get too far ahead, I want to start from the beginning. I grew up in Bradenton in a middle-class family. We were a tight-knit family, and I was kind of a, sad but true, a mama's boy. So I was a good student, but I wasn't a very social kid, and I was made an outcast, and I was a target for bullies. But my parents enrolled me in martial arts when I was at 8, and on the most part, that solved the problem of being beat up all the time. But other kids were hanging out, being normal kids. I would just focus on karate. I wasn't a total loner. I had a few close friends back then, and I really got good at karate as a young adult. And I even won the Florida State Championship for my weight class in 3 years in a row. My weight was a whole different story, though. In my late teens and early 20s, I weighed 235 pounds. My weight was a big part of my isolation. At my heaviest, I was 280 pounds, which self-esteem was non-existent. I created a connection and yearned for love, but I never had a girlfriend or dated. So many of those rites passages that kids experience were lost in me. In my 20s, I moved around Florida, through Orlando, Fort Myers, all over the coast, you name it, I was there. I was searching probably stuff that I couldn't have thought about, and looking back at it, it was acceptance. Nowhere ever I felt like home. I returned to Bradenton in my early 30s. My mom was diagnosed with COPD. My dad passed away, and me and my mom could no longer afford to stay in the house that I grew up in. So we sold the house and bought a trailer that I lived in, being a full-time caregiver for my mom to take care of her in 2023. And she passed away at that time. The next 2 years included many suicide attempts, 8 hospitalizations, and that's how I ended up on the radar of EMS. Katie Scott was an individual for EMS who would visit and never give up to me. Actually, she's here right now. Hi, Katie. I turned down so many opportunities for help, but she kept showing up. Eventually, I had nothing. No money, no family or friends at the time, and eventually my electricity would be turned off, but I stayed alone in a dark trailer. And one day, Katie told me about the Academy, and I'm not sure why I grabbed at that straw. Maybe I knew it was my last one, but I did. And believe it or not, I think it saved my life. It was not a good transition for me. Being around people was awkward, and like I didn't know how to act or be around them. Then one staffer, Vanessa, asked me what I'd like to do. When I told her I had some computer experience, she sat down with me at the computer and began to show me the ropes. As it turns out, my knowledge was very obsolete. But she was just so positive and cheerful and made me feel like I could do it. It was hard to believe that it was only been 8 months since I became a member, and then I'm going to flash forward to now. I have a daily routine at the Academy. I'm almost always the first person to arrive at the Academy, and then I set up the teams for the day. And any given day, I might be staffing at the front desk, signing everyone in, answering phones, giving tours of the facility, doing data entry, attending meetings where my ideas are concerned equally among the voices here. I am actually mentoring other members. Wow, it's wild. This was not my bingo card a year ago. Instead of sleeping all day, which I normally did, I volunteer Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 to help move the Academy's mission forward. I would never have believed that this was possible a year ago. And then the Academy connected me to Centerstone Behavioral Health, where I get medication and therapy, and EMS was still in my corner to this day. They help me access food through places like Hunger's End or Kim's Crew. They even contact me with benefits counselors to help me with my Social Security disability bills. And what's weird is there's still more to come in my life. With the support of the Academy and EMS, I look forward to qualifying for stable housing, and when my basic needs are met, the Academy is going to help me find a job. My life is still far from perfect, but it's a life I want to live. I could have said it a year ago. Theme of tonight's dinner is mental health is a team sport. And the crazy thing is, I am living proof of this truth. Without the support I've received, I have not had an opportunity to become a functional member of society, much less as a leader. Sometimes you just have to take a chance and let others in. And I did for the first time, and I feel like I'm home. Thank you, guys.